What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. So today I have something new for the gray truck that I wanted to go over, and this is probably a common problem that you guys have. If you've got a GMT 400 or one of these old body style Silverados, as you all know, the dashes in these things are prone to just absolutely destroying themselves. And my truck, well, it has the same problem as most of your all's trucks. I'm sure you all have the same issues. So the dash overall, it's not in too bad a shape. Everything's all here, but this is the worst part of the dash. So I'm sure everybody watching this video right now probably has a dash that looks like this, and you're thinking, man, how am I gonna fix this? I'm gonna have to pull the whole dash because it's like a full unit. Well, not necessarily. I was doing some research online, and you can see mine is just killed, okay? Like, there's no saving this thing. Basically, what I'm gonna have to do here is pull this whole dash and start over if I wanted to do that. Like, I would have to just refinish the whole dash, and this is probably an absolute disaster getting back here and getting all these wires out. So, instead of doing that, I was on eBay, and I came across some dash covers, and I was like, I don't really know if I want to do this or not. These things are kind of cheap, you know, I don't know how they're going to work. I don't really want something just to lay on it. And I'm not a fan of the carpet. So I came across this guy. Now this thing is a dash skin, and I think that's actually the company that makes it. It's called Dash Skin. And it's, of course, it's actually pre-molded. And yes, this one is black. And if you're wondering why I bought black, well, here's the deal. I couldn't find anything in this color, and I'm sure they probably have it, but it got kind of expensive. Like, they get more expensive as they go. And the black was kind of like, well, the least expensive. And not just picking that because it's the least expensive, but everything in the truck, you know, I've kind of got like this black and gray sort of two-tone look, and I thought, well, I don't really like this dash being this color. I'm going to go with the black. And, you know, the top of the dash will be black, and then you'll have this section of it that's just gray. This thing's black because there wasn't one to match it also. So I'm going to do the dash black. I may change some of this around and pull this glove box and this right here and paint all this black too. But just for now, what I'm trying to show you guys though is just the fitment on this and how well does it work. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's put this thing in, and I'm going to show you guys how easy these are to install. Now, they give you some adhesive with it and things like that, but just for what we're doing here, I'm just going to pop this thing in there and show you guys the fitment on it. So this is about the best solution for your dash if you've got one of these dashes and it looks like the Grand Canyon. So you do just plop it down on there. Let me open this other door, and I'm going to show you guys how well they fit. So I was really surprised about this. This kind of blew my mind. Most of this stuff, you know, that's like some sort of a pre-molded plastic usually fits like garbage, but this one kind of blew me away. So, gonna get everything tucked in here. All right, so as you can see here, now the idea behind this thing is that it is kind of glued down, okay? So you're gonna have to ignore the fact that it's sticking up just a little bit. Like right here, it hugs the dash just a little bit, but my dash is actually like kind of broke and cracked in a few places. So I may have to try and pull this bezel and, you know, do some work in here. Now my dash is really bad, so some of you guys may not be as bad as mine. But you can see the fitment on it is actually pretty decent. You know, it fits pretty good. Let's go around here to the other side and check out the main bulk of it. You're not really gonna see that much of it there, but this is the part I was worried about. It shows and stuff. Once this is glued down, man, that fits pretty good. You know, I'm like, hey, this actually looks like it's part of the dash now, and it's hiding that. And, you know, these speaker panel covers, you know, I'll keep in mind this isn't glued down, but I'm just showing you guys how well it fits. I mean, look at that. That's pretty good. So props to this company, Dash Skin. You guys make a great product. But these speaker panels in my truck, I'm gonna pull these today and paint them. So I'm gonna have the top of the dash black, and this half of it will be gray. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, most of you probably have already done this, I'm kind of behind on things, is this old calculator looking radio, okay? These things are kind of ancient, and as you can see, I have a Pioneer in here that's hooked up for like, you know, Pandora and all this other great stuff that this guy right here probably can't do. Not saying that you couldn't find you know, one of these retro radios and put in this thing's place, I'm sure there's some units out there that have like a Bluetooth thing where you can push somewhere else and it activates Bluetooth. That'd actually be a good idea. So if anybody's watching this, turn one of these into a Bluetooth receiver and you've got it. But for what I'm doing here, I've decided to turn this into a cubby hole, and I have the unit in there I'm going to replace it with. So let's get that thing out, and I'm going to show you guys how to take this bezel apart, take this radio out, and put your holder in. Alright guys, so I picked this holder up on eBay, and it's one of these little Metro holders. These things are super cheap. I got this for like $8. Shipped and all for like $9. Like, I can't even remember how much I paid. I didn't even care. I was like, dude, I just need one of these. So what these things are designed to do is to go into the slot and take up this unnecessary old radio with a compartment. First thing that we're going to have here to get this thing out, you can see I believe it is a Torx, looks like a T20 or so, T30, probably a T20. So let's go get some tools and start pulling it down. Alright guys, I'm going to start taking some of these bolts out here, and I need to find a good place to set my camera. I'm going to start taking some of these bolts out here, and like I said earlier, these were looking like a T20, and that's exactly what they were. So these little things around the dash here, this is really all that holds it on, as far as I can see. So this is kind of my maiden voyage as well. These are super long screws, don't lose those. I'm sure they're going to be extremely hard to find another one to put in its place that looks like that. Now, it probably wouldn't hurt also to put, you know, like a flat head cap screw. You might be able to get away with that, or a socket head cap screw. You probably could get away with that. But we're going to take all these bolts out. Now you can see my tack is connected to mine, so most of you probably won't have to worry about that. So I've got this pulled apart, and I've got a couple harnesses back here, and then here's the bulk of the problem. Now the radio is held in by what looks like several small bolts to get this thing off. You can see them right there. You got looks like a couple 10 millimeters, or actually that's probably about a 7 millimeter, and then there's some real small 6, 5 millimeters. Just a bunch of garbage holding this thing in. So we're gonna have to disconnect all this, and then we'll be ready to take this out. I'm gonna leave this little guy plugged in and probably just drop the wires for it. So let me go get some more tools. We got a little bit more work to do. All right guys, we got our bezel off. You can see over here those harnesses, the way they disconnect. Here's the prongs on the back, so you got to be kind of careful here. This is the sort of light control and the dimmer, and this is the controls for your headlights themselves. So this is interior lights, and this controls the headlights and all that good stuff. So anyway, these plugs, the way they come out, you've got a flat head, and this actually you can just push on it and pry the tab back. This one's got a little lock on it. Really don't matter, but the idea here though is to just pop this back off. I used a flathead, you know, just to get that out. Now we got these bolts we got to get out, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll here, and we can finish tearing this thing down. And hopefully we're going to throw some paint on this thing today, so that should be pretty exciting. I've been looking forward to getting this dash out and doing some stuff with it. I mean, I really want to do more engine stuff, but sometimes you just got to take care of some things that's getting out of hand, and this dash is one of them. So we got a bolt there, we got a bolt here, and we've also got a few more bolts. Bolts everywhere, bolts for everybody. Alright guys, those bolts ended up being like a really weird metric size I didn't have, so I made a 1/4 inch fit. I'd advise just not putting them back in, because the threads on them are so short. Like, what are these gonna do? You know, like that's not gonna hold anything in. Come on. So there's no point in really even reusing them. And I have a feeling that the kit probably doesn't reuse them. Now let's hope that this comes out separately from this. Alright guys, I wanted to show you a secret as to why this thing was stuck, and I had to get this out to see it. Back in behind here, there is another 7 millimeter bolt. I thought it was a tab, so that's kind of why I was pulling on it, but it is right there in the worst possible place, so I can finally get this thing out. So that was definitely a little bit more involved than I thought it was going to be, and it really sucks. So, but to get it out, you have to have the AC unit unhooked. So what an absolute mess. But anyway, that bolt right there, look for it. It's in the back. You have to drop your AC to get to it. half of my stuff was all busted and corroded. And there's our little guy, and of course it's got some more bolts holding it in. Looks like a ground or something holding it in. I'm really not sure what that is, but this is where it's gonna get weird, because now I may have to trace this back to a harness. Should be a harness or something that unplugs. And it's buried way down deep in the dash. So this wire that runs back through here is connected somewhere in this harness, which is what I'm trying to find right now. Looks like that's it right there. To get this thing out, by the way, is an absolute disaster. I mean, you could basically, the best way to get them out though is these horrible tabs GM made. You just pry up here and then drop it down, so it comes out pretty easy. All right, guys, all that pulling and tugging for that, it just disconnects. So if you have never had any of this apart before, to get back in there, you're gonna have to pull this radio, trace this wire, and it's just attached down here. And I disconnected everything now so I can finally put the cubby hole in. And yeah, this stock radio, man, the way to go here, guys, is to find one of these units that's like, if somebody was to make some kind of a touch screen that would plug into this, that would be super cool. But I don't know if it even exists. But if you guys can find one of these models that someone has like done a reproduction on, or even if it looks like this but it's just Bluetooth, go with that, because this thing in the dash right here is kind of tacky and they're a nightmare. But I was able to get it out. But look at all the wires that you get involved with trying to get this thing out. It's horrible. So we're gonna drop this cubby hole in and see how it goes. All right, guys, I wanted to show you everything back together. So I got all this to go back together, and I'm gonna also throw this little extra in there for you to get this thing out. Okay, the best way to do this, guys, you wanna pry from down here. So when you pull this loose, there's two tabs down in here, those will come out. Then you can come back up here to the top and just lightly push down, and this thing will come right out. Do not do what I did years ago, and this is actually busted, but I've got it to go back together. My clips up here broke. Put Gorilla Glue back on them and it's fine. But what you want to do here is don't pry from up here. Whatever you do, do not pry from up here. You will bust this all to pieces. These tabs, if it's an old truck like this one, it'll just bust. So also, yeah, come down in here, make sure and pry from here. Just pry, whoosh, pops right out. No big deal. Now, this thing is a lot harder to put in than they make it seem. So basically, just to recap, this whole bezel has to come out. You have to take this out. You have to unhook all these switches, and then you also have to trace the stock cable back down into here and unhook it. So if you do those steps, you can put a bezel in. Now this looks a whole lot better than the old radio that's in the way, that's ugly. And the fitment is actually really nice. Like, it actually kind of looks factory. All right, guys, so we got everything painted up, got everything finally finished up. I've got the epoxy on here so everything is drying. It looks pretty good. I gotta say, the fit on this thing is awesome, man. I mean, look at that. It almost looks like a new dash in here. The panel covers, actually I was able to plasti dip these, as funny as that is. And the reason I use plasti dip, guys, is because it is textured and it actually matches, I don't know if you can see that, it matches the dash really well, so it almost looks like factory. I mean, you can tell it's not because the top of the dash is black and the other half is gray, but it looks so much better and it hides all of those little problems that I was dealing with. So I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, overall, like the look, the fit, and it's got an epoxy that you use to hold it down. It's really neat. I am super impressed with this dash skin. So if you guys are looking for a way to clean up the dash in your truck and not spend a fortune and just, you know, give it something that lays over it and you don't have to pull anything apart, this is really the way to go. So a huge shout out to Dash Skin. You guys make a great product, by the way, if you're watching this video. And of course, don't forget about the little Metra cubby holder. Put this guy in at the same time while I had all this apart, and you got to see all the wiring and everything that you kind of have to undo to get to that. I mean, it's not horrible, but it will take you about an hour or so to get in there and change that out. But I just wanted to kind of go over this with you guys and show you how it turned out. And I gotta say, I am super impressed, guys. So there you have it. If you want to fix the dash in your GMT 400, get you a dash skin cover. These things work fantastic. Now you can find these anywhere, and of course dashskin.com. or you could actually, I found this on Amazon, eBay, places like that. They go for about $100 starting out, so they're not too bad as far as pricing. That was one of the other things I liked about it. You know, around the $100 range was really ideal. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it. And you know, even if this is just an old work truck that just had tons of holes in the dash, you could plop one of these things down in there and color match the top to it, and this is really the way to go. I mean, I went with black just because it was simple. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to go over that with you. And of course, you know, if you're wanting any more information about the muscle truck, be sure and watch some of my earlier videos. It goes over everything about this build, and the paint, the wheels, the suspension, the engine, everything that we did to this. Be sure and watch some of those old videos. If you haven't done it already, be sure and subscribe. I've got a lot more content coming. Like I said, this winter we're going to be pulling the engine in this truck, so there's going to be some awesome stuff going down. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Dustin, you gotta get one of those for the Challenger.
The buoy's back on?
Yeah. Wave the anchor.
Get to making with jive, boy, sunshine. When it hits you, yes, indeed, yes, yes, you shine. When it hits you, yes, indeed, yes, yes. When it hits you, yes, indeed, yes, yes, you shine. When it hits you, yes, indeed, yes, indeed, yes, you holler, yes, yes, indeed.